of misdirect, discredit, or otherwise neutralize such groups or people. You can guess what neutralizing could mean. The FBI was deadly serious. As you'll see throughout the video, the FBI's actions at times wouldn't have looked out of place in bloodthirsty dictatorships. A difference was their objective was to polarize society and get people to hate, fear, or even kill each other rather than using excessive force themselves. However, as you'll see, excessive force did happen. Let's now go down an FBI rabbit hole, maybe one of the darkest rabbit holes you've never heard of, in which the FBI were the good guys. Kind of. Number 49. You scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. This one is an example of how the CIA and FBI worked at cross purposes at times, always in secret, of course. Speaking of dictators who were partial to torture and murder, let us introduce Rafael El Jefe Leonidas Trujillo, the ruthless maniac who ruled the Dominican Republic from 1930 to 1961 with what you might call an iron fist with spikes on it. As you probably know, during the Cold War, the CIA helped overthrow democracies if those democracies did not play ball with American corporations or were considered overly leftist or nationalistic. In some cases, it was just about leaders trying to nationalize their country's natural resources or give land rights to the poor, which didn't bode well for their relationship with various powerful people in the U.S. The CIA would effectively rearrange such nations, but it had no issues with El Jefe's Dominican Republic, which usually played ball. It was secretly supported with CIA money and outwardly supported by Vice President Richard Nixon. Dictators like El Jefe clamped down on entities like leftist labor unions or human rights activists. With that iron fist of his, he literally fed labor activists to the sharks. One of them was an FBI informant. His name was Jesus Galindez, an activist and academic who wrote scathing papers on the brutality happening in the country. As you can imagine, El Jefe didn't much like his barbarity being made public knowledge all over the world. He would have killed Galindez in a heartbeat, but Galindez skipped over to the U.S., where he thought he'd be safe. As we say, he'd actually secretly been working as an FBI informant, telling the FBI what he knew about former Nazis hiding out in Latin America. The FBI then asked him to spy on communist-affiliated people in the U.S. who had joined the anti-Francisco Franco movement. Reports say Galindez refused to spy on certain communists, but he kept close ties with the FBI throughout his time in the U.S., where he taught at Columbia University. A declassified FBI report said Galindez was an invaluable informant, and his reports were extremely detailed, accurate, and thorough. This didn't bode well for him. Number 48. Breaking backs. Galindez was becoming a problem. He told an FBI agent in April 1955, while they were in Miami, that the U.S. Undersecretary of State John Foster Dulles had helped create some of the blackest pages.
Ain't it crazy how I got 30 views on YouTube? What's the deal, Peace? Ain't it crazy how corrupt the government really is? That's what killed me about people that fight so hard about politics. Like, y'all think the government really care about y'all? Y'all think they really do care about y'all? Let me see. 50 wrote the classified FBI secrets.
Despite his criticism of Dulles, the FBI kept him on the payroll at $125 a month. He was useful. And
it's crazy how people really will fight for this government, bro. Damn, well, now I gotta go to something else, bro.
But the agency knew his life was in danger.
Can't never watch nothing.
A long paper on El Jefe's brutality. 5 days before he vanished,
damn,
the FBI wrote in a now declassified memo that Galindez's critical thesis on El Jefe would cause him some, quote, difficulties. The 450-page dissertation he wrote. Yeah, school's good.
Yeah, bro, they dropped them niggas off, bro. Had them killing people and killing who they want for years and then kill them, bro. If they could have used El Chapo, bro, they wouldn't have took him out the game, bro. He just wasn't going. He like, I'm my own dude. Like, I ain't. Yeah, they couldn't get in with him, so he did. They killed him, basically. It's really crazy, though. And they dropped that bag off. When people be snitching, bro, and be informants, bro, they'll give somebody $1 million quick. Just give them, take this meal, go buy these bricks. And that's it. That's all you gotta do. We gonna pull up. If you die, you die. If you live, you live. I don't vote, bro. I ain't contributing to the problems of the world, bro. Neither side is for me. When they're actually making laws and stuff that help the civilians, then I might want to vote. When I actually think that the government want better for the civilians, then I might vote. Until then, I'm cool, bro. I just let the world, whatever happens, gonna happen. All they want us to do is be divided, bro. The people gotta understand that. So all they want us to do is to be divided. He even just said it. The FBI tried to make I think he said Italian government and the American communists kill each other. That's all people try to do. Like, they think they smarter than us. That's all it is, bro. Oh, we gonna do this, make them mad at each other, make them kill each other. Oh, we gonna put guns and drugs and everywhere, and we gonna arrest them for it. That's how we gonna get our money back. After about 1 year in the big seat, she was accused of poisoning folks and being powerful. Man. So they cut out her tongue. Her sons were then paraded in front of her. That's the crew of flying teapots. This is crazy, bro. Make no mistake, Irene knew all about. And then people be like, they swear that the government just can't take over if they wanted to. What y'all gonna do? What y'all gonna do? Y'all see what happened in North Korea, bro? So y'all know what happened to people at the wall when they try to run across the border? That's how much your life is worth to the government. That's how quick they would take you out, just as quick. Like, bro, they don't care. They will kill anybody so quick, bro. They do not give a fuck. That's what they trying to. They love killing in war, bro. Well, let's be honest. She was almost always surrounded by potential enemies. We know that a mother watching on as her son's eyes are ripped out is what you might call a tad. Yeah, all right. I think that shit. They can do whatever they want. I ain't gonna lie. They can come take. No, I ain't gonna say that. They come take everything from you, though. I bet ain't nothing you could do. You gonna go try to tell, they gonna say you crazy. Put you in the asylum. Then what you gonna do? Oh, you about to try to tell some more? Oh, give them some more sedatives. Drug them. Now your ass like that. Don't even know what's going on. How you know I gotta work tomorrow, bro? But bro, like, I'm telling you, bro. If you speak out against the government, you're crazy. Or you're blackballed. You're done. You're finished. Think about Michael Jackson, bro. He only got killed for speaking out against the richest people in the world. And then, like, people really be lacing my boots, because think about this. The same person that owns Kai Cenat, owns Drewski, owns... Basically, it's a dude that owns all the rich people. Like, how I'm rich and you own me? But they sign under him. But, like, why do you want to sign anybody that get rich? It don't make sense. Like, that's some controlling the world type shit. I would have to see the video, bro. But when I say he got everybody signed under him, like, on some government type shit. Having a baby that resembled Bigfoot seemed to have finally sent her fully over the edge. Her first words when the baby was handed to her were, "Instead of a son, I've given a daughter, dark and ugly, with a great nose." Do anybody know why the Jews got so much control over the world and why they, like, so rich? She got pregnant again with a bump in her stomach and had a boating accident. Then she shouted to her friends, "Jesus, I cannot feel my..." This dude on Facebook was talking about the Jews and they pulled up to his house trying to arrest him.
was a girl that she hated from day one. It's suspicious then that Christina kept having strange accidents throughout her young life, like falling down the stairs multiple times, which was probably her tumbling down after being pushed by her mom. So while her husband was away fighting wars, she was at home torturing her kid. On various occasions, Christina should have died in those accidents, so we're going to call that attempted murder. Then, when Christine was 7, her father died. Guess who Maria blamed for the death?
Like, I ain't nobody. I got 3 followers, so I could talk about this type of stuff. But if I had more than 3 watchers, or like if I had a big following, cancel.
This picture has just been transmitted by wire. It is a picture taken just a moment or two before the incident.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the 75 moments that captured the attention of much of the world.
I, therefore, have placed the remaining years of my life in your hands.
Number 75.
Then I seen something like prisons allowed to sue if they don't got a certain percentage of prisoners in there.
I had no idea what it was.
Like, what if people not committing that much crime? How y'all gonna sue me because it's not no criminal? Y'all want to end crime but trying to sue people for if y'all don't got enough criminals in the prison. Do that make any sense to y'all? Because it don't make no sense to me.
What followed was a tense, chaotic siege marked by gunfire, negotiation failures, and round-the-clock media coverage. It ended in tragedy when a fire engulfed the compound during a final
Hey, man. You know what I said to y'all when y'all tell me smoking is bad? Bruh. I live on Earth, bruh. My life is bad anyway.
The images were harrowing. The aftermath incendiary.
You feel me? Like,
Scars for decades. It sparked a wave of anti-government rage.
we could go at war. We could go to war at any minute.
Well, the children say, you know,
Let me think.
I have to bear
It's
them.
bullshit in the food.
74, the Iranian embassy siege.
After a second explosion, smoke
I gotta. They want me to work till I'm gone, or till I'm old enough, till where I can't even enjoy my money.
For 6 days in 1980,
Too old to move.
armed men stormed the Iranian embassy in London, taking 26 employees hostage. They demanded independence for the Iranian province of Khuzestan. An English crisis quickly escalated.
That's why them old men retire.
The guy who
By the time they retire, they gotta buy it. They gotta pay for it because it's just not go. They can't go get it how they used to because now you old and wrinkly, but you got money,
Was transmitted live and watched across the globe. On day 6, the
so
gunman
they gotta pay for it.
tossing his body into the street. Britain responded with a raid, broadcast live, stunning the world. The operatives stormed the building in broad daylight, neutralizing the attackers in a dramatic high-risk rescue. The footage of masked commandos descending from the roof became instantly iconic. For a brief moment, all eyes were on a single building in London.
After 6 days and almost 11 hours exactly, the siege at number 16 Princess Gate is over.
Number 73, the Kashmir earthquake.
Anyone is touched by that. You know, I mean, children have lost their parents, parents have lost their children, whole families were wiped out.
On October 8, 2005, the ground shook from a 7.6 magnitude earthquake that struck near Muzaffarabad in Pakistan-administered Kashmir. Entire towns were reduced to rubble in seconds. Some 90,000 people were killed, more than 100,000 were injured, and millions were left homeless as winter closed in. It was one of the deadliest quakes of the 21st century. The devastation was catastrophic, but the global response was immediate. Relief poured in from across the world. The Americans sent military helicopters, medical teams flew in from Cuba. Financial, food, and logistical support all converged in a rare show of international unity. For a brief moment, the world stopped fighting just long enough to help.
Officials have said that it could be between about 3 and 5 years before all the homes that need to be rebuilt are rebuilt. But we've heard from other officials, there are estimates it could be as long as 8 or even 10 years. So perhaps a decade before this region really gets back on its feet.
Number 72, the Exxon Valdez oil spill.
The third mate and the helmsman at the wheel both say they followed orders.
whether it was miscommunication or poor navigation, the Exxon Valdez did not turn back into the shipping lane when it was supposed to. It was a slow-motion catastrophe that stained more than just the Alaskan coastline. On March 24, 1989, the Exxon Valdez, a massive oil tanker, slammed into a reef off the Alaskan coast. Its hull gouged. The Valdez spilled nearly 11 million gallons of crude oil into Prince William Sound. The images were unforgettable, shocking the world.
After the Exxon Valdez ran aground, Exxon spent $3.8 billion on cleanup. But the crews only scratched the surface.
Oil-slicked otters, dying birds, blackened water. Roughly 1,300 miles of pristine coastline was devastated. The local fishing economy and ecosystems took decades to recover. The outrage was instant, and protests, lawsuits, and international regulations followed. The spill was a turning point in how the world...
You know they got money because they still open.
Environmental fragility.
Portable pumps are now on the damaged Exxon Valdez, enabling the transfer to continue of the 40 million gallons of oil still on board the vessel. But tonight, fears are growing that the spill is spreading through the waters of the Sound uncontrolled.
Number 71, Jesse Owens at the Olympics.
If you can win the 100-meter dash and be proclaimed the world's fastest man, you have etched your place in sports history.
Jesse Owens' performance at the 1936 Berlin Olympics was less a victory than it was a 4-medal middle finger. A black American athlete, Owens won 4 gold medals under the glaring eye of Adolf Hitler. His dominance shattered Nazi fantasies of Aryan supremacy on their home turf. But Owens wasn't just defying Hitler, he was defying his own nation too. Back home, he still couldn't sit at the front of the bus, couldn't use the same facilities as white athletes, or even expect a hero's welcome.
Just because bro was black though, bro just won the USA the gold medal, bro. And bro still had to sit in the back of the bus. Like, bro, why do we have to follow rules like that? Like, that's really crazy, bro. Like, it was really laws that we really had to sit at the back of the bus, bro. Like, who made that law, bro? That's really crazy to me, bro. That we really was just unhumanized, bro. Like, black people just wasn't human. We just was nothing, bro. We was like animals to them.
The Roslin Institute in Scotland unveiled her in 1997, the first mammal cloned from an adult cell. What looked like an adorable little ewe was actually a scientific breakthrough that shook the foundations of science.
This particular lamb got onto its feet very quickly.
Using our babies as alligator bait, bro, it's crazy.
Get its first feed of milk from its mother.
The implications were staggering. Cloning was no longer science fiction. Ethical debates exploded overnight from academia to religious institutions and kitchen tables across the earth. Headlines warned against human clones, predicting designer babies and playing God. But for all the fear, there was also awe. Dolly was proof positive that we could...
No, for real, send it through, bro.
This latest research on sheep did not rely on any revolutionary new technology. In fact, many in vitro fertilization clinics use the same equipment. But it's clear this cloning technique still requires some refinement.
Number 69, the Beirut explosion.
حاليا مثل خلص انتهت العالم او ما بعرف شو صار يعني بهذا النهار ما لازم يكون هيك بالنسبه لإلي انه لازم يكون غير.
One moment there was a fire at the port. The next, half of Beirut seemed to explode. On August 4th,
And then they trying to they always trying to create something that could take us all out, bro. Like nuclear weapons or trying to bring back extinct animals. Like, why y'all trying to bring back stuff just to hunt it all over again?
Over 200 people were killed, thousands injured, and hundreds of thousands instantly left without homes. Videos of the blast went viral in seconds. It looked unreal, like a war zone or the end of a movie.
What's the point of that?
This was real life, and the world watched in stunned silence. In a year already full of crisis.
Like, I just learned that the wolf population is getting super low, and it's because humans.
Number 68, the election of Barack Obama.
Our stories are singular, but our destiny is shared. A new dawn
Like, I ain't gonna lie.
leadership is at hand.
On
Hunting the wolf
2008, history was made.
is no different than killing a dog.
Black president of the United
What's
States.
the difference?
Massive crowds took to the
Besides,
streets
the
of
wolf's
cities
just
around the
wild.
world. In Chicago, people wept. In Kenya, they danced. Paris lit up the Eiffel Tower in red, white, and blue. The reaction was a global exhalation of joy. After years of American wars and a global financial crisis, the world was desperate to turn the page. Obama's victory felt to many like a reset.
I'll see if you catch it eating your animals and eating your crops or something, but just to go out and just find a wolf and kill it is
It was
crazy.
a resounding message to the U.S. that their choice of president had international ramifications.
We will win this general election, and together we'll change this country, and we will change the world.
Number 67, U2.
Obama really had the block deep. He had the people.
The air outside is below freezing now. I'm aware of the crate I'm flying, U2 number 360.
Nothing kills an international peace summit like one party getting caught red-handed. In 1960, the Soviets shot down an American U-2 spy plane flying miles above their territory. The U.S. tried to play it off as a weather research flight. Then the Soviets pulled the receipts. They produced the wreckage, the photos, and the very much alive pilot, Francis Gary Powers.
I tried to reach the self-destruct, but the plane was already spinning. The centrifugal force is so great I could barely hold on.
The whole thing blew up fast. A major U.S.-Soviet summit was canceled as Cold War tensions flared. The world wrung its hands in terror of nuclear Armageddon as the superpowers squared up over a single exposed lie. For a brief, very uncomfortable moment, it looked like things might spiral out of control. Everyone was paying attention.
In May 1960, America woke up some. Some cherished illusions were shot down with my U-2. That the United States was too honorable to use.
That gotta be the worst thing, bro, being captured in another country, bro.
Queen Elizabeth's death.
The legacy of her reign was formed, say many, by a profound sense of duty, one that remained with her throughout 7 decades on the throne.
On September 8th, 2022, the world lost a monarch, and an era of British history came to a close. Queen Elizabeth II passed away at age 96. Her 70-year reign spanned everything from Winston Churchill asking that his people fight on the beaches if necessary, to memes about corgis. The response was immediate and global.
She was beloved around the world, and she had an ability to be a convener in her own quiet way.
News alerts lit up across every continent. Crowds gathered in silence outside Buckingham Palace. Millions tuned in to the state funeral, some to mourn, others to celebrate an end to a colonial chapter. Love her or not, Queen Elizabeth had been a steady constant in a chaotic world. For a moment, the entire world's attention narrowed to one velvet-draped casket.
There will be days of mourning. There will be funerals. There will be a state funeral. And I suspect that we will see people coming out in the streets to pay their own respects.
Number 65, the Australian bushfires.
Leading up to the 2019 fires, it was very obvious to people who'd been around for a long time that this summer was going to be something very different.
At the start of 2020, virtually the entire continent of Australia was ablaze. Bushfires scorched over 46 million acres, eating thousands of homes and leaving behind skies so red they looked apocalyptic. Countless animals were killed or displaced.
It ain't never that hot that a bush just catch on fire by itself.
The world, charred landscapes, burned wildlife, smoke clouds stretched across oceans.
Bateman's Bay is a popular tourist destination, but the most intense blazes here have turned the skies a bright amber.
But then came COVID, and the global spotlight moved on. In Australia, the scars are still fresh. Elsewhere, the disaster vanished into the memory hole almost as quickly as it arrived.
The fires took hold in the heat as temperatures hit the late 30s and winds hampered efforts to bring the blazes under control.
Number 64, the Panama Canal opens.
You can't go through the mountain. We'll have to go over it.
It's hard to imagine that one narrow 40-mile waterway could effectively shrink the planet. Yet that's exactly what happened upon the opening of the Panama Canal. It turned a continent-wide detour into a shortcut. Global commerce was never the same. Construction was brutal, plagued by disease, landslides, and non-stop political maneuvering. When it was done, ships could finally pass between the Atlantic and Pacific without circling South America.
The world is utterly transformed. We go from having an Atlantic and a Pacific Ocean functionally to having one global ocean.
The impact was incalculable. Trade routes were redrawn. Naval strategy evolved overnight. The U.S. cemented its status as a global power. Panama, once a geopolitical afterthought, became one of the most important choke points on Earth. The world felt...
This is a day of reckoning, and I'm happy to see it.
Welcome to Watch Mojo. And today, we're counting down our picks for the most infamous times the rudest and most entitled people, better known as Karens, caused so much havoc that they destroyed their lives in one way or another.
Your name, Tabitha. Thank you, Tabitha. You may not have a job tomorrow.
Number 75, McDonald's Mayhem.
Hey, is your favorite restaurant in Fresno? Yeah.
No one likes getting the wrong order, but there are far, far better ways of handling it than how Gina Aiello did in 2023.
It's crazy because they're about to be saying these people's names. Just imagine you do some bullshit and then you get go viral.
After hearing how rude she was being, Luis Estevez stepped in, leading to his friend recording the exchange.
We hit a point for you where it was like, I don't care what happens, I need to step in.
Yeah, but then once she started like sitting there telling people, you know, oh, who are you? Look where you work. Look what you're wearing.
After Estevez defended the workers, Aiello shouted obscenities at him, one of which involved assuming his heritage. She then left, departing with a middle finger, as the other patrons cheered. Well, Aiello's employers, the Jack Ohanesian Dentist and Dental Surgery, weren't too happy. They fired her, pointing out the firm's own stance against racism.
Estevez says he isn't holding any grudges towards Aiello and is wishing her the best.
We shouldn't even be doing this to each other, you know? We shouldn't even be, you know, going at each other like that. We're all struggling. We're all trying to find our purpose in life, and we just, you know, it just sucks that we sometimes have a bad day.
Number 74, Cyclist Rage.
When these trucks come around and hit you and kill you,
First of all, just screaming at me like that in a terrifying manner, it's not helpful.
In 2025, Faith, who often showcases her love of cycling on social media, was finishing a 4-hour bike ride in Fuquay Arena, North Carolina. Ronald Curran pulled over in his vehicle to warn her about the routes. However, instead of being polite, he did it by blaring his horn and yelling expletives at Faith, who had a radar device on her bike that alerted her to potential dangers.
Video shows he stopped in the middle of the road, then threw it in reverse. That's when Irving pulled out her phone.
one person has already got killed on this riding a bike.
Sadly, the radar doesn't take into account road rage. After Faith uploaded her bizarre interaction with Curran, it didn't take long for his employer, A&R Enterprises, to take action. He was swiftly fired for his aggressive behavior. Unsurprisingly, Curran was later arrested for screaming violent threats against someone else.
He tells me Curran had been with the company for 2 years and never had any disciplinary issues. But this behavior is something he couldn't tolerate.
Regardless if they're at work or not, in some type of way, they represent us.
Number 73, Trump threat.
This is a space for being inclusive, and there's no space for hate inside Cazuelas.
In 2025, Ricardo, a Hispanic server at Cazuelas Mexican Cantina in Columbus, Ohio, had the annoying experience of dealing with Stephanie Lovins. When she went to pay with multiple coupons, Ricardo explained the restaurant's policy that she could only use one. Rather than accept it, Lovins argued, but to no avail. Yet she wanted racist revenge. On the receipt, after giving no tip and writing that Ricardo sucks, she then added, I hope Trump deports you. Yikes.
Another employee took a picture of that receipt and posted it on social media later that day.
It's gone viral, getting more than 8,000 likes in less than 24 hours.
The local community rallied behind Ricardo as a crowdfunder was created for him, raising over $40,000. Lovins tried making her own to rebuild her life after departing her employment.
Charlie.
It wasn't as successful and was deleted.
We've learned she's a licensed realtor. In a letter addressing the receipt to members, the Columbus Realtor Board writes, she's not a current active member, so they're not able to take action, but are monitoring the situation.
Number 72, hospice hate.
She started working with the Herring family about a year ago, and immediately, once I sat down with Jasmine, Josh, and Meredith Herring, you could instantly feel and see how close and connected they were.
Hospice workers are unsung heroes who provide invaluable comfort to patients. One such person is Jasmine Thomas. However, she nearly had her job forever tainted by John Rosso. In 2025, while driving to work in Aiken, South Carolina, she went by Rosso, who was walking. He got into his car and sped after Thomas. As she sat in her vehicle, Rosso banged the window so hard that she thought it would shatter.
You done lost your mind. You better go on somewhere before I knock you out. I'm not playing. Don't come banging on my window. Do you understand me?
When Thomas rolled it down, Rosso punched her. When she tried to get out, Rosso slammed the door on Thomas, causing her to the car on the other side. He continued attacking her, telling her she didn't belong, bringing accusations that this was a racist attack, for which Rosso was later arrested.
It's very scary though. I feel in my head every time I close my eyes. It's like, I don't know.
Oh, it's the way he said he punched her.
She didn't get a slap on her wrist, so she's gonna learn how to work in fast food, and hopefully it'll be good.
Seeing her teenage coworker being yelled at by Rosemary Hain at a Parma, Ohio Chipotle in 2023, Emily Russell, like a good egg, stepped in. However, this resulted in Hain
She tweaked before she crashed out.
Get a slap on her wrist, so she's gonna learn how to work in fast food, and hopefully it'll be good.
Seeing her teenage coworker being yelled at by Rosemary Hain at a Parma, Ohio Chipotle in 2023, Emily Russell, like a good egg, stepped in. However, this resulted in Hain chucking her hot burrito bowl in Russell's face, causing burns, which later led to her quitting.
Video from an Ohio Chipotle from last month showing a customer throwing hot food right in the face of one of the workers, and now she has been sentenced to an unusual punishment for that assault.
Hain justified her behavior by claiming the food looked disgusting. After being charged for the attack, she was sentenced to 180 days in jail with 90 suspended. However, there was a unique proposition. Hain could consent to work at least 20 hours a week for 2 months at a fast food restaurant, cutting her time in jail to 30 days. She agreed to the latter.
But you're not going to be happy with the food you're about to get in the jail.
Whew. And Rosemary Haynes will have some time to form an educated opinion about that.
Number 70, pool police.
She said, it's people like you that comes to the pool that's not authorized. Who's people like me?
In 2020, Anita Wright, also known as Anita Williams Wright online, was with her family enjoying the swimming pool at the Hampton Inn in Williamston.
Well, she hit her with the food because
not on one worker's walk.
she said it looked nasty.
Karen ignored the white pool goers and focused on Wright's family, who are black, and inquired if they were guests at the inn. To escalate it further, the Karen called the police, believing the family wasn't staying there. Wright live streamed the interaction on her Facebook accounts. The police quickly discovered they were guests after reviewing the check-in information. Hilton, who owns the Hampton Inn, confirmed that the Karen was no longer working there.
Hilton tells us that staffer is no longer employed at the hotel. Police say they will conduct a thorough investigation.
Hey, bro.
Number 69. I feel
This news anchor gangster, bro.
The police quickly
She got
discovered they were
gold.
guests
Look.
after reviewing the check-in information. Hilton, who owns the Hampton Inn, confirmed that the Karen was no longer working there.
Hilton tells us that staffer is no longer employed at the hotel. Police say they will conduct a thorough investigation.
Number 69.
But she got gold, bro.
But the man shooting the video says this man started yelling
yelling and harassing the older woman.
All people had to do during the 2020 COVID-19 pandemic was to respect others' space and wear a mask. However,
Bro,
it was
crash,
too much
bro.
time. I feel threatened.
If he doesn't have his mask on and someone asks him politely, you know.
But the man shooting the video says this man started yelling and harassing the older woman.
All people had to do during the 2020 COVID-19 pandemic was to respect others' space and wear a mask. However,
Crazy,
it was
bro.
far too much for Daniel Maples to follow apparently
Crash.
while at the Costco in Fort Myers, Florida. He was understandably questioned why he wasn't using a face mask. Maples, wearing an eye-rolling t-shirt stating "Running the World since 1776, proceeded to aggressively stomp towards the person recording. He yelled,
Running the world since 1776. That shirt sound racist. Is that shirt racist or I'm tripping?
"Back off." Despite his
Is that some white supremacy type stuff?
The police later arrived, but he had already been escorted from the store by workers. After the clip went viral on social media, Maples was publicly fired by his employer, Ted Todd Insurance.
The guy didn't want to respect the rules.
A rule. Unmasking a lot of
Talk about he feel threatened, but you walking towards me.
68. School bus slurs.
I was like raised not to take disrespect, even though I didn't say anything. It was just kind of shocking to me how she talks to me like that way, even though she doesn't know me.
In 2025, Samantha Spoor got onto a Mayock Middle School bus in North Carolina. Her child had been allegedly tormented by other kids. So Spoor, who stated she tried going through the authorities to little impact, decided to take the matter into her own hands in the worst way possible. While at the front of the bus, she yelled expletives at her son's alleged tormentors, threatening them with violence, and threw in racial slurs too.
words no child should hear when riding a
She
school
talking
bus.
crazy to them
Brianna
kids.
Bailey, she and other students heard that.
She said, sit down, ain't nobody gonna do shit.
One student
We in middle school.
Spoor was soon arrested and charged. She stated that while she didn't regret what she did regret using slurs. Spoor also removed her son from the school.
School officials sent 10 on your side a statement that said this type of behavior is unacceptable and furthermore is prohibited by law. We are fully cooperating with the investigation and reviewing our transportation procedures.
Number 67, the Pilates gatekeeper.
I think the reason why I posted them was because I think there are some insecurities in me and some self-hate or something. But my membership got revoked.
People exercising, no matter their size, should be celebrated. However, apparently this isn't something Monica Cruz agrees with. In 2025, she released a TikTok video after attending a session at Club Pilates Quarry Market in Texas. Carrie sulked that people who weigh 200 pounds shouldn't go to Pilates, and those with a gut shouldn't teach it.
There's no reason why they should allow 200-pound people in a level 2 class. Or you shouldn't be allowed to be a Pilates instructor if you have a gut and you're fat.
Before uttering the annoying phrase, "Sorry, not sorry," social media heavily criticized Cruz for her comments. She then uploaded an apology video where she disclosed that not only did she lose her job at Stone Ridge Dental, but her membership was revoked at the Pilates studio.
We ain't trying to hear that.
In an Instagram video, Cruz was also banned from all Club Pilates locations.
We wholeheartedly reject this kind of harmful behavior. Our mission, genuinely, is to create an inclusive,
Hey, that song's so peaceful.
empowering space where all individuals, regardless of size, shape, age, gender, ability, feel welcome and celebrated just for being them, and this will never change.
Number 66. Devil caused racist comments.
She forgot the final speech. So she dismissed us all at first. Then she told everybody to come back, and the parent got mad and told his child to come on.
When people make a mistake, the right thing
Hey, bro, this one broke crash. No, for real, though, like, now you got your membership revoked talking about something.
approach. In 2015, During TNT Academy's graduation in Stone Mountain, Georgia, Principal
Bro,
Gorduke
crash.
realized she accidentally forgot the valedictorian speech. Presumably thinking the ceremony was over, people began to leave, causing her to erupt. After calling the crowd rude, Gorduke then claimed that it was all the black people leaving.
It was my fault that we missed it in the program. Look who's leaving, all the black people.
Bro was on that, bro. He was ready to slide.
She apologized, but bizarrely stated it felt like the devil was in the house, as it was apparently out of character.
They ain't not the devil was in the house because all them black people.
Defended her with racial slurs on Facebook. Regardless, Gorduke was fired by TNT's board.
We stopped by Gorduke's house, but her husband told us she was too emotionally drained to speak with us. We did get our hands on the apology letter that she sent to parents.
Number 65.
Crazy work. She crashed, bro. Look who's leaving. All the black people. Ah! Right, huh?
Well, it certainly looked bad. I can't speculate to what his intent was, and I think it's important to separate intent versus impact here.
X, better known as Twitter, became a strange, confusing place after Elon Musk bought the platform. In 2025, he drew massive controversy for seemingly doing a far-right salute at Donald Trump's presidential inauguration.
And I just want to say thank you for making it happen. Thank you.
Well, for some reason, supporters have copied this and have been shocked by the negative response. In February 2025, Carly Minnick, who has
Dude did a Hitler salute, bro.
posted a photo of herself via her X account in response to people who felt her account was a sham. She thought posing while doing the salute was the right call. It was not. 2 days later, she uploaded another picture, looking very sad in the call, with the caption stating that she got fired. Uh-oh. Number 64.
He did a Hitler salute. Why would you do that?
Witness Lake is absolutely beautiful, as you can see. You know, not a lot of people bother you or anything like that until there are.
One of the most frustrating types of racism from Karens is the passive-aggressive variety. In 2023, Anthony Gibson was fishing at his neighborhood lake in Newman, Georgia, having been previously accosted by other white people. When Tanya Petty arrived, Gibson recorded the interaction, all smiles and friendly. She immediately assumed he and his fishing partner weren't residents.
Hey, bro. This the most evilest smile. When you see this smile, just know it's some evil behind it. Look.
Other white people. When Tanya Petty arrived, Gibson recorded the interaction, all smiles and friendly. She immediately
This smile right there.
fishing partner weren't residents. As
Hold on, I got y'all. I'm gonna pause it. I'm gonna educate y'all.
when Tanya Petty arrived, Gibson recorded the interaction, all smiles and friendly. She immediately.
This smile right here. Yeah. I ain't gonna lie. That don't mean, that means that's somebody up to no good if they walk up to you like this. They up to no good, bro. I'm telling you.
He assumed he and his fishing partner weren't residents, as she claimed only those living here could fish in the lake.
This lake is presently for residents only. So,
And the first question could have been, do y'all live, not even do y'all live here, but like, leave me alone.
Being recorded, Petty began complaining and stating she didn't give permission for Gibson to film her, causing her to walk
And this
off.
when people be like,
The incident got back to secret.
why you ain't just tell her that you live there? Why I gotta tell her that?
After massage therapist, she was fired.
What if she trying to kill me?
And so, here we go. Again, I live here. People don't think I live here because it's a nice neighborhood, and they want to bother me and harass me, so they call the police all the time.
Number 63, Paris Punch.
Moi, je l'ai insulté et du coup, lui, ça l'a encore plus énervé. Il est revenu en arrière et donc il m'a frappé.
Crash.
One key attribute.
Crash, bro.
Lui, ça l'a encore plus énervé, il est revenu en arrière et donc il m'a frappé.
All the time. Number 63, Paris punch.
Moi, bah, je l'ai insulté et du coup, lui, ça l'a encore plus énervé, il est revenu en arrière et donc il m'a frappé.
Crashed.
One key attribute of a Karen is being
Like, why, bro?
You don't get much more entitled than taking off when your advances are rejected. In 2018, Marie Laguerre was walking past a cafe in Paris, France, when she crossed paths with a man known as Pyrrhus M. Recorded on the cafe's CCTV, Laguerre stated he had made crude, sexist comments and sounds towards her.
I think they reacted perfectly because if they had punched him or anything, it would have been the law would have been against the witnesses. So what we could have done is call the police, but
What's
I
up, Mason?
won't blame them to not call the police because even me, I didn't think about it.
When she walked off after admonishing him, Pyrrhus's rejection rage took over. After throwing an ashtray at her and thankfully missing, Pyrrhus stomped over to Laguerre and punched her. The cafe's patrons soon got involved to stop him. Pyrrhus was
Hey, a dude picked up a chair.
and had to undergo a course in gender-related violence.
L'agresseur de Marie Laguerre vient d'être condamné à 1 an de prison, dont 6 mois avec sursis pour violence aggravée.
Le comportement de l'agressée est indéniablement lié à la condition de femme de Marie Laguerre, a affirmé le procureur.
Number 62, Heart of Stone.
The first thing that would probably resonate with all my players is that they're capable of more than they think they are. And that's something that we talk about from day one and consistently throughout their career.
Give a Karen an inch of power and they'll take it all. In 1994, Katie Stone became the head coach of the Harvard Crimson women's ice hockey team. For nearly 2 decades, while she was coaching her team to many trophies, behind the scenes, it was a very different experience for the players.
I'm watching
23 allegations came out.
top 75 times Karens ruined their own lives. Once I get my computer, y'all gonna be able to react to videos with me. Right now, I gotta watch it like this.
Subjected her squad to hazing and abuse. This included reports that she'd subjected indigenous athletes to racial discrimination and forced players to return before recovering from injuries, causing many to leave over the years.
Boston Globe first reported that during a tirade in the locker room, she accused the team of not showing her enough respect and said they were becoming a group of skaters with, quote, too many Chiefs and not enough Indians, end quote. 2 indigenous players from Canada were present.
Several months after the allegations were reported, Stone was forced into
What's up,
retirement
Landon?
with all her accomplishments now severely tainted.
It's very important that we make sure that those are being held accountable that are behaving in a way that, conveys hate.
Number 61, trad wife slur.
I know what the problem is, but we'll have to save that for the Rumble show, okay? Because here we're not allowed to discuss real facts, okay? But we can dog whistle, all right?
One niche trend of recent years is the rise of trad wives on social media, showcasing more traditional views of relationships and and saw her various accounts deleted, she uploaded another video where she mocked the outrage.
All the backlash just really made me, just really do a deep dive, do a soul search. And after all that, I still couldn't find a care.
Unfortunately for her, Gaddis was swiftly fired from the home health firm Rofe of the Carolinas. Since then, Gaddis started rubbing shoulders with the far right while mentioning free speech whenever possible. Number 60, photo booth brawl.
As the local police launched the probe and the footage spread online, many in Vietnam were outraged.
In 2025, 2 Vietnamese women in Hanoi were using the store's photo booth as 2 South Korean women waited for their turn. Unfortunately, one of the women didn't want to wait any longer. This Karen demanded the women in the booth hurry up. It then escalated to the Karen attacking one of the women, grabbing her hats and then pulling her hair. A brawl erupted, even spilling into the store, as the other women and staff tried to break it up. One of the Korean women claimed to have offered to pay medical expenses, but the victims denied they'd gotten the money. Not long after, the Karen was fired by her employer.
Meanwhile, the perpetrator argued without much effect that she too is a victim whose personal information has been leaked.
Number 59, football fury.
And so I said, have you looked in the mirror yourself? And he said, yeah, but I'm a man. I'm allowed to be ugly. You're a woman.
In 2025, Green Bay Packers fan Allie Keller and her fiancé Alex Becerra went to the Lincoln Financial Field to watch their team take on the Philadelphia Eagles. Not only did the duo see the Packers lose, but Keller was also the victim of misogynistic abuse from Eagles supporter Ryan Caldwell, which Becerra caught on camera. When the footage went online, Caldwell apologized for their aggressive words, but claimed they were provoked into the rant against Keller.
Yo, what's the deal? My boy on.
Banning that fan from the team stadium for life after he unleashed this vulgar tirade.
Stay on here for 2 seconds, bro.
Their employer,
I need you.
Who specialize in consulting businesses about diversity practices, from firing Caldwell. On top of that, Caldwell was also banned from attending Eagles home games.
What you about to play?
Company co-founders just a little bit ago.
It was not indicative of his behavior at BCT Partners, nor with engaged with our work.
And I ain't doing nothing watching this video, man. I can't wait to get my monitor, bro.
Expressed regret for her now viral comments. She said her original
So I can react to videos with people. That shit, I can't wait, bro.
Family Vision Clinic in Johnson City, Tennessee, didn't have great
I'm thinking about just getting a laptop at this point.
In 2020, a Black Lives Matter protest was taking place in Elizabethton. Holtz was there as part of a white person counter-protest as the group cheered the BLM supporters.
Yeah, I just need these 3 views, bro.
Holtz was recorded yelling abuse at one of the
Every time I get the 3 views, bro, the affiliate thing still don't change, bro.
and dropped in homophobic insults and threats that people
I'm live off Prism. I've been fucking with that Prism Plus because it let me go live on YouTube and Twitch at the same time.
Because I did grow up being gay, so there's very little that can hurt.
Charming.
I know, bro, but even when if like it's not changing, it's just stuck at 0 to 4. Like it's not even saying I averaged 1 day. Like I know I averaged 1 day with 3 views, bro.
Also told us she did lose her job because of that confrontation, but she has respect for her former employer.
Number 57, Panera Bread hate crime.
At first, I didn't know what she said, so I was smiling at her and like asking what she said. I thought she said something nice to me.
Trying to get affiliate, cause I see that if you're not affiliate, they don't really push your page out to nobody. Like they didn't push my page out as much as they is to people. Now that I unlocked the subscribes and stuff, the subs. Before that, it was really never nobody joining my stuff. Now sometimes random people do come through and join.
Once she confirmed Zoran and his wife were Palestinian, she attacked while screaming expletives about the country.
Call the police. Zoran is standing between his wife and the woman and is seen repeatedly holding her arms and pushing her back. Here's what he calls a turning point.
Sosnikiewicz as well tried to throw hot coffee at Zoran's pregnant wife, who recorded a portion of the altercation. For her unhinged...
We got locked back in, bro. We ain't did no IRL content. I mean, I need to get a mic again. I ain't asking nobody no questions in a minute.
In front of me, and I said, well, I don't like what you're wearing. She's facing 2 felony hate crime counts and 1 count of misdemeanor disorderly conduct.
Number 56, Uber hate crime.
It was burning.
Bro, if I'm in the Uber and if I'm driving the Uber and somebody ever think they about to reach up in my seat and start beating me up, bro, I'm about to fuck you up.
However, he sadly had Jennifer Gilbo and her friend as passengers. While waiting at a red light, Mahmoud prayed, which enraged Gilbo. She leaned forward and pepper sprayed the driver while hitting him as he tried to escape the
Like,
attack.
is you trying to take my car? What are you doing?
Joel insists he hadn't said a word to the ladies.
The other
Then why is you look at her face?
Done what? Repeatedly asking her friend why she was doing this.
According to Mahmoud, when Gilbo's friend questioned why she did
Like,
it,
why
she
is you
responded,
pepper
"He's
spraying me?"
brown." On top of being fired
And
by
then
her
she said she
employers,
did it because he
Harper
brown.
Megan Communications, Gilbo pleaded guilty to harassment, earning her 100 hours of community service, and had to undertake a bias training course.
To further protect himself and other drivers, Mahmoud is still figuring out how he can put a barrier between himself and other passengers in the car, similar to what you would see in a taxi.
That's crazy, bro. She fucked my nigga, right?
Court documents say
She said,
19-year-old Micaiah Coleman was at the checkpoint in Terminal 4 when she got upset because an agent took her apple juice.
Sure, the liquid limitation rules when traveling on a plane are a little annoying.
like, why is you drinking apple juice and you finna get on the plane anyway?
To handle it than Micaiah Coleman did in 2023. While at the Sky Harbor International Airport in Phoenix, Arizona, she went into a rage when her apple juice was taken from her by the TSA officers. So Coleman tried to get it back. When that didn't work, she got onto a table and fought the officers. Coleman elbowed one in the head, giving them a concussion, and ripped the attire of another. As well as punching one officer in the face repeatedly, she also bit some of the workers. Unsurprisingly, Coleman was arrested in 2024.
Like, what was you doing?
4 months in jail.
Two of the officers were treated at the hospital following the attack. The TSA calling it unprovoked, brazen, and unacceptable. Coleman, meanwhile, telling the judge,
I'm pregnant, sir.
Number 54, Sidewalk Lives.
On the board, along with another board member.
Would you like to see
I
the...
know, we're well aware.
She got 4 months for that. It's crazy.
you wash your whole body every day.
Elbowed the nigga and gave him a concussion. He got 4 months.
Wash your mouth.
You're here because we heard what you said about Cuervo. In front of you,
In 2022, Whitney Gregory was apprehensive about her son Jeffrey riding his bike around their neighborhood in Santa Ana, California. After all, he was nearly hit by a car before. So Gregory advised Jeffrey to use the sidewalk, which is legal. As he was testing his new camera out on the ride, Susan Garcia appeared, causing him to slow down. She grabbed Jeffrey's bike, demanding he get off the sidewalk. As he politely asked her to not touch him and went to move away, Garcia struck Jeffrey and then stated she'd do it again.
Get the hell
Like,
off
why
the
did you
sidewalk
hit me?
now.
Excuse me?
Get off the
Please don't
sidewalk.
touch me. Why'd you just hit me?
Want me to hit you again?
What the is wrong with you?
Then she went to Gregory and told her that Jeffrey tried to run her down. However, the video showed the real story. Garcia was soon arrested and charged with assault.
Family says this isn't their first encounter with Garcia, although they hope it's their last one.
Immediately after I saw that video, I called the police, and they came out and we did a police report, pressed charges.
Number 53, racist restaurant rants.
Yeah, you don't come in here and you say those kinds of things to people, you know, and especially people feel so raw coming out of the quarantine, right? Most of these people, this is the first time that they've been out to dinner.
In 2020, it was a celebratory night for the Arosa Chan family at the restaurant Bernardus Lodge and Spa in Carmel Valley, California, as one member enjoyed their birthday. However, Michael Lofthouse's presence there soon turned their night sour for whatever reason. He verbally laid into the family with Asian heritage, uttering racist expletives and threatening them with Donald Trump's administration.
Need to leave.
Oh, you do not talk
No,
to
you
me
need
like
to
that.
leave.
You need to leave.
Asian piece of
Oh my God.
A server at the restaurant, Janika Cochran, was furious at the situation. She stepped in and demanded that Lofthouse leave, which he eventually did. With all the backlash, he released a public apology to the family. However, that didn't stop Lofthouse from being forced to leave as the CEO of tech startup company Salad8.
It was full of hate and anger on the side that there's still people that are like that in this world.
Number 52, skirt shamer.
She says the encounter startled her and she felt violated. So, how short was Avery's skirt? She posted this video.
Apparently, if you claim to work for the states, you get to police what other people are wearing. At least that's what Ida Lorenzo stated in 2024 while at a restaurant in St. George, Utah. She went up to a group of young women and yanked on the skirt of one to pull it down, believing it to be too short and claiming she was protecting children.
It's protecting a kid by covering their private parts.
Correct, but that's not your job to do.
Lorenzo insists she did the right thing.
Later, Lorenzo wanted to be more of a cliche by claiming to the cops that everyone behind her applauded her actions. As well as being fired from the Utah Attorney General's office, the fashion cop agreed to a plea deal, earning her no sentence, as long as Lorenzo avoids crime for a year.
No one should ever grow up and put hands on someone else based on their disagreement with what they're wearing.
Leading to Lorenzo's arrest and on Thursday, a charge from the Washington County Attorney for sexual battery.
Number 51, neighbor nuisance.
American citizen property owner. American citizen property owner.
Like, wow, what's wrong with you?
Suarez's family was hounded by Judy Klein at their home in St. Louis.
Plugging up my Ring camera.
Racist abuse and slurs at them, broken inside, and attacked the property with a hammer. Yet little was done. But when Suarez released some of the doorbell footage online, it all changed in 2023. Klein, despite her family having sold the property decades before, seemingly thought she had a say in who lived there and that it gave her the right to be a racist menace.
This morning, a St. Louis woman is now facing charges after allegedly terrorizing a family. Several incidents caught on doorbell camera video.
American citizen angry at you.
The backlash of the footage and the overabundance of evidence of the harassment led the cops to arrest her in 2024. After pleading guilty, Klein received 5 years of probation.
Fatima Suarez believes the likes and shares racking up made enough noise.
I want to see action. You know, I want to see her get locked up or go to a mental facility or something, but I want to see the proof that they're going to do something about it.
Number 50, Spanish slander. It's amazing how some Karens get ticked off simply by hearing a non-English language. In 2023, while collecting an order from Amy's Pizzeria in Hatboro, Pennsylvania, Rita Ballou heard Spanish on the TV.
You want to tell me Spanish on your TV? What's wrong with that? Because you're not American, dude.
Police used this video as part of their investigation.
How you spending money at my spot and trying to be racist?
Anti-Spanish rhetoric at the restaurant's co-owner. She threatened to have him removed from the area and claimed he was an illegal immigrant. To top it off, Ballou declared speaking Spanish was insulting to the U.S. as her father served in World War II. Right. In 2024, Ballou was sentenced for harassment and ethnic intimidation, receiving 90 days of probation and 8 hours of community service.
The rant went on for several minutes, but throughout it all, Omar remained calm.
I was angry, but I'll explain that. I just want to be like them.
Number 49.
Like, bro, what? You're not getting nothing, bro. You might as well walk out. She's still putting her card up. I don't know why you got your card out.
At the University of Kentucky. It was a nice and uneventful time until an intoxicated Sophia Rosing walked in to ruin everything with her white privilege.
A University of Kentucky student caught on camera using racial slurs and getting physical after a night out.
After Spring denied Rosing entry for refusing to show her ID, she attacked the worker, even throwing in racial slurs. When the police arrived, Rosing told them she had lots of money and got special treatment. Then she attacked them as well, even biting one of the officers, resulting in her arrest.
Rosing was arrested and charged with alcohol intoxication in a public place, third-degree assault of a police officer, fourth-degree assault, and disorderly conduct.
After the incident went viral, the college banned Rosing from the campus and re-enrolling. In 2023, despite the video evidence, she pleaded not guilty to all the charges. Number 48, anti-tourist Karen. In 2023, a group of German tourists were chit-chatting on the train to New York City. For most people, this would be fine. But Brianna Pinnix isn't like most people. After overhearing the group speak German, the intoxicated passenger launched into a furious rant against the group.
Are you German?
Seemingly unaware of the existence of such a thing as tourists, Phoenix told the immigrants to get out of her country. Phoenix's poor partner pleaded with her to stop, or he wouldn't speak to her again.
Breathe, don't do that, sir. Breathe, don't do this, you're gonna arrest them. I can handle my own. Breathe.
He even mentioned she knows that he's an immigrant. Yikes. Due to her xenophobic tirade, Phoenix employers, capital RX, publicly fired the talent acquisition specialist. In 2024, she released a website promoting her employment history that mentions her compassion many, many times. Number 47, HEB Havoc. It should be pretty clear that using the 10 items or less line at a store, you shouldn't have over that figure. However, in 2023, Linda Uka ignored this.
Deputies say on Thursday, Linda UK got upset when the worker would not let her use a self-checkout because she had more than 10 items.
At an HEB store in Spring, Texas, she was livid after not being allowed to use
I don't even know what HEB is.
excess produce. Did she leave it alone and go home quietly? Of course not. Uka returned to the store later with a friend. They shockingly attacked the employee who stopped her from using the self-checkout.
Deputies say she came back inside the store and pulled the employee's hair and then slapped her.
The duo then left, but were identified and arrested later. On top of being banned from HEB properties in Harris County, Uka was also charged with misdemeanor assaults.
The way the news be explaining stuff be so funny.
Homophobia.
Says she pulled her hair, then slapped her.
Was set to be in the stage play The Color Purple in the UK.
I don't know if I could even play it. It's such an amazing story, and there's so much depth to it. But I was worried. I was like, am I worthy of playing such an amazing character?
However, that all came crashing down when her past homophobic views were exposed on social media by actor Aaron Lee Lambert. Omuba was meant to play the role of Selly, who has a lesbian relationship in the source material, although Omuba denied the character was a lesbian. Due to the backlash, not only did the production drop Omuba from the role, but her agency also washed its hands of her. In 2021, suing because she claimed she was discriminated against due to her religion, Omuba lost the tribunal and was ordered to pay legal costs amounting to over £300,000.
If I have to go through...
Oh, 300,000 pounds. I forgot.
So that...
It's not America. Like, what the fuck?
They'll have to. In the long run, that they can be Christians and still perform on stage. And they can
Man, how the fuck she about to pay in pounds?
Number 45, millionaire slavers. You don't get much more entitled than forcing people to be slaves. In 2007, a woman was found on the streets in a disheveled state.
Trial has helped to bring to light the vulnerability of illegal immigrants to the U.S. who are often forced to work as domestic help, as it's one of the few jobs that those who are without a work permit can get.
She, along with another woman, had been forced to work as housekeepers at the Long Island, New York home of millionaire couple Varsha and Mahendra Subnani. The two women had been subjected to horrible abuse over several years after the wealthy couple took their passports. When the woman was rescued, it led to the Subnanis being arrested. In 2008, Mahendra was sentenced to 3.5 years in jail and fined $12,500. Varsha, who the women say was responsible for the abuse, was sentenced to 11 years.
The prosecution stressed the shocking fact that this did not happen in the 1800s. This happened in the 21st century in New York.
Number 44, Pool Patrol Paula. In 2018, teenager Darshawn Rocklemore Simmons was invited by a friend to
Start back eating cereal. Cereal, why you ever stop? You should never stop. I'll be off that crave.
She was filmed telling the teens they didn't belong there and even assaulted them. The victims also stated she used racial slurs against them. When the police arrived, Subby Strempel made it even worse on herself by shoving one into a wall and biting another on the arm.
She's alleged to have, when she was being arrested, pushed one officer and hurt him and bit another, breaking the skin. Her bond was set at $65,000 earlier today.
Due to her vile actions, Sebi Strempel was dropped as an independent consultant for skincare company Rodan & Fields. After pleading guilty to her charges, Sebi Strempel was fined.
Why do people crash out like that?
Number 43.
Like, why do you lose everything because somebody's swimming out of pool?
Neighbor for folk living near her in Louisville, Kentucky. With a history of targeting non-white residents by spray painting racist imagery and slurs on their property, she turned her attention to an interracial couple.
Kraft was convicted of mailing threatening communications to a neighboring family in the Lake Forest subdivision where she lives. Those threats included spray painting racial slurs on the family's driveway.
In 2020, after Kraft ignored a no-contact order multiple times and saw legal consequences, she began mailing the household hate-filled letters threatening their lives. To add further intimidation, some even contained bullets. Due to this and constantly breaking orders, Kraft was arrested for her litany of letters. In 2023, she was found guilty and sentenced to 9 years in jail, followed by 3 years of supervised release.
A jury convicted Kraft of sending those messages
9 years because you racist.
Number 42, Canada Karen. In 2019, Daniela Leese made the dreadful decision of drinking at a Marilyn Manson concert and then driving back to her neighborhood in London, Ontario. Leese crashed into a house, hitting a gas line.
Leese did get behind the wheel. According to the agreed statement of facts at her criminal trial, she crashed her vehicle into a home on Woodman Avenue, severing the gas line and causing an explosion.
While she was on fire, the accident set off an explosion that caused 15 million Canadian dollars worth of damages to various buildings. Thankfully, nobody lost their lives. However, there were several injuries. In 2021, Leese was sentenced to 3 years in jail.
In October 2020,
3 years for blowing up that shit.
Driving, causing bodily harm, ultimately being sentenced to 3 years in prison.
She should have got longer than that. Oh, God.
Several lawsuits, some of which went into the millions. Leese decided to sue the company that supplied the venue where she got intoxicated during that fateful night. Number 41, Taco Terror. In 2023, workers at a Tacos Ortiz stand in Los Angeles, California, were in for a bad shift. In the past, Renee Latrice Hines had taken food without paying several times. This time, the staff refused.
Like, you trucked us 7 times and thought we were still about to give you some service, give you some food.
And didn't pay, she went back to her car and came back with pepper spray.
However, Hines didn't see it that way.
And she beating the worker up, bro, because she took off with the food 7 times.
Crashing the stand and physically attacking them with her limbs and an advertisement board, Hines also used tear gas on the workers. Unsurprisingly, she was arrested and charged for the assaults. But the cherry on the justice top was that Hines was fired as a temporary contractor at Houston Logistics America.
Her boss, Ash Waheed, is CEO of a staffing agency.
My first reaction was anger. Why? Why somebody has to do something like this when somebody's just trying to feed their family? We found out about her actions at 6:30 in the morning this morning, and she was terminated at 8:30.
Number 40, horse hitter. Karens have a habit of punching down to make themselves feel superior. And Sarah Moulds went a step further in 2021 when she took part in the Cottesmore Hunt in England. When attempting to get her horse, named Bruce Almighty, into a trailer, Moulds was filmed hitting and kicking the animal in frustration. Once the video found its way to the internet, it all went very wrong for Moulds. On top of being booted from her volunteer role at a pony club and future hunt events, Moulds also lost her job as a school teacher and was investigated by the animal charity RSPCA. She was charged with criminal cruelty, but was found not guilty in 2023. Number 39, Mace Malice. In 2020, after a cop spotted her driving erratically and indicated she should stop, Karina Weymouth Bell eventually halted on an off-ramp and proceeded to make her situation a million times worse.
Idaho State Police say 21-year-old Karina Weymouth Bell was swerving in and out of traffic on I-84 on Friday.
Weymouth Bell jumped out of her car and approached the officer with a mace canister in her hand. After pushing the cop's car door into him and believing her intimidation tactic worked, Weymouth Bell went back to her car.
That's when Weymouth Bell aggressively approached the trooper, pointed a can of mace at him, and slammed the trooper's door.
With this opportunity, the officer fired a taser. on several charges, including assault and battery on a cop, possessing substances, and driving without a license.
At Fleece Tire and Auto Service, we've made it easy to get the next set of tires. Whether you're looking for great traction,
People really be just
the lowest price,
crashing.
all around good value tire. We've got the perfect tire to fit your needs, online or in person.
Especially people that be mad at the cops because they doing something. They breaking the law.
Looking for college that fits your budget and your life? Look no further than Stark State College. Stop by one of Stark State's open houses November 6th in Northampton and November...
Number 38, California consequences. It's bonkers that Karens think spouting racism publicly is okay and nothing will happen to them. In 2021, a Twitter user known as M posted about an incident she experienced in Brentwood, California. M said she was minding her own business on the street when a man came out of his house and began harassing her.
No one's gonna pay attention to you. Because you're dumb.
She started filming, and his bigoted views soon tumbled out. Later identified as Michael Dawson, he criticized her colored hair and threw in some anti-Asian insults mixed with misogyny.
I can record you dumb bitch. I can record you too.
What a treasure. As the video spread, Dawson's employers, real estate company Beach City Brokers, soon saw it and made a public statement that he'd been fired for his offensive rant. Number 37, Halifax horror. We've all drunk too much at some point and done silly things. It happens. But Justine Morrison couldn't blame the beverages for her atrocious behavior in 2023.
Oh my God, you must be so proud. Oh, you're working on a door.
After getting rowdy on a night out at a bar in Halifax, England, Morrison was escorted from the establishment by the doorman, Dally Wiley. When outside, Morrison argued sarcastically with Wiley and spat racial insults at him, using the term black with a sneer. Unsurprisingly, she was banned from the bar permanently.
You black man.
Okay.
Not videos,
That's why you get a name.
After the incident gained attention,
I'm a black man.
Shine Theater Arts fired her from her part-time accountancy role.
I could have told you that. I mean, we could see that.
As long as she accepted responsibility and took part in a restorative justice program. Number 36, unsolicited opinions. Some people love giving you their opinion when you don't want or need it. In 2021, teenager Mia was enjoying the weather with friends at a beach in Fort Collins, Colorado. Well, Logan Dorn didn't like this.
What's up, Lily?
Consideration. They don't need to see pornography right
We're not coming up with you, bothering you. Please go
You're
ahead.
flaunting your stuff.
I'm not flaunting anything. Don't look at me.
He decided to tell them their bathing costumes were explicit and used his Christian faith to try and shame them. After Mia released her video on the incident, Dorn made a video explaining his actions and regretted them. Kidding. He doubled down and claimed he was filled with righteous anger over their outfits, which is weird.
In that moment, just a righteous anger to defend and protect young eyes came over me. And so I just started to speak truth that, hey, you know, what you're wearing is not okay, that you can't find your worth in your body.
Dorn's employers, the Christian building company Mighty Hand Construction, released a statement condemning his behavior and fired him after a brief investigation into his harassment. Number 35, underground ignorance. There aren't many that enjoy being on the underground in London. Commuters want to get through it with minimal fuss and go about their days. Well, Jacqueline Woodhouse wasn't going to allow anyone an easy ride in 2012.
Woodhouse's outrageous behavior was filmed by a passenger who protested.
What are you saying? What are you saying? Keep your mouth shut then.
The intoxicated Woodhouse went on a massive racist tirade at anyone on the tube that didn't appear white. She claimed the country had been...
I didn't touch it. I remember where we were saying that, but he was the last one who had it.
People with violence.
I think Jackie Woodhouse caught on.
What's it called? He was the only one who
I
had
just
it.
think you can learn from this.
Well, the last person who had it.
Don't be kind of ways and whether it's
Top 75 times
You know, he took it over.
Karens ruined their own life.
The last time I saw it, you already had it.
Hold on, check.
I haven't had it. I haven't seen it.
coverage in a Facebook post that drew a lot of attention from the media. Since Queen Elizabeth II was a patron of the charity at the time, the firm fired Gibbons for the scandal. She took the British Council to a tribunal for unfair dismissal against a Republican stance. However, Gibbons' case was dismissed since she insulted a child publicly. Number 33. Banking Karen. In 2021, with the pandemic in full effect, many establishments required folk to wear a face mask inside, which was understandable. But Terry Wright wasn't doing that at a Bank of America branch in Galveston, Texas. Even after being offered one by the employees, she remained adamant and refused to leave. So the cops arrived.
Businesses have the right to refuse service, even if you're not wearing a mask. That's their choice. Awesome. Well, you need to go and get a mask and then take your money out.
But Wright wrongly believed she was on public property and wouldn't exit. Seeing no option, the officer arrested her. Amazingly, Wright was heard on the body cam yelling it was police brutality, only for jaded customers to counter that it wasn't.
Not relaxed at all.
Wright even did something similar days later at an Office Depot in Texas City. For her bank statement, she received 12 days in prison for trespassing and resisting arrest.
He talking about for her bank statement, she would receive 12 days.
This might surprise some Karens, but there are many religions in the world. Just because you happen to follow one doesn't mean you can be disrespectful to those who follow another. In 2022, Muslim students were praying in a room at Franklin Academy in Pembroke Pines, Florida.
The video starts with tranquil music and two boys reciting an Islamic prayer.
In a video they recorded, an unidentified teacher walked in and interrupted what she distastefully described as magic. As well as blowing a whistle and mentioning Jesus, the terrible teacher stood on a prayer mat and on one of the students' hands. This hateful act didn't sit well with the school, which fired the teacher.
The name of that teacher has not been released, but she lost her job.
Number 31. Mask tyranny. Some Karen politicians think the rules don't apply to them. Unfortunately for their egos, they very much do. In 2021, Alaska State Senator Laura Reinbold, who has a history of spreading pandemic misinformation and labeling mask mandates as tyranny, was recorded arguing with Alaska Airlines employee over their face-covering rules to such an extent that the police stepped in. After the incident, Reinbold was banned by Alaska Airlines. This was a problem since they were the only company that made regular trips to the state's capital, Juneau, where Reinbold needed to vote and do her job.
Alaska Airlines is the only carrier that flies from her home district near Anchorage to the state capital in Juneau. Reinbold will now drive hundreds of miles into Canada and take a 5-hour ferry, a journey she documented on Facebook.
As such, she asked to be excused from attending the Senate until a later date. Her request was granted. Number 30. Tram Karen. Public transport seems to bring out the worst in some Karens. In 2011, Emma West sat on a train in Croydon, England, with a child balanced on her lap. For some reason, she went off on a tirade of abuse to other passengers, such as claiming one person wasn't British since they were black. Yikes. West was soon arrested for verbally abusing people. However, due to her lawyers arguing she was unfit to stand trial because of a history of violent episodes, she wasn't sentenced until 2013, when she received a 24-month community order.
We don't tolerate racism within the rail infrastructure, but I would like to urge the travelling public that this is a rare event, and it's representative of a very, very small minority of people.
West was also
My day was cool,
by
for real.
the General Dental Council for bringing the profession into
My
disrepute.
day wasn't bad. How was your day?
Vicious vacation. Most people relax on the beach on vacation, perhaps enjoying a book and a cocktail in the sun, but not Adam Katsavelos. In 2018, the South African was holidaying in Greece when he recorded a video of himself ranting with some slurs, stating it was heaven on earth since there were no black people there. Wow.
You hear Adam expressing his delight that there are no black people around, even using the K word to convey his satisfaction.
Unsurprisingly, people were furious. The backlash caused a boycott of Katsavelos' family business, forcing them to fire him. Even Nike had to make a statement as Katsavelos' wife worked for them. To make matters worse, he had to face legal action. In 2020, after pleading guilty to criminal
The power went out.
Katsavelos was
Why the
I'm
stove
on
leaking?
stream, don't say nothing crazy.
Let's go. But the stove's time was set. Now it's blinking like the power went out.
Not that I know.
Don't be looking back.
Ooh. Looking too big.
Do you peanuts? Oh, chicken. Not like.
Myrtle Beach police report it was 28-year-old Tara Belcher seen on this video yelling racial slurs.
Upon leaving the shop, an unidentified man
Yeah, it's fun.
Not putting it.
recording her on his phone to shame her online later. Later,
Ooh.
Belcher claimed the man attacked her. However, as police investigated, they found a very different story.
That was a good movie, though.
What y'all watch?
The Mary J. Blige movie. It was more like her documentary of her music. So it was not. It was a good movie. 10 out of 10 for me. Then went to Texas Roadhouse.
Number 27.
You pay for that.
Brooklyn Karen.
Pay for the movie.
Some Karens don't
For
take
gas
a
and
moment
everything.
to check they have all the correct information. In 2021,
Gotta
author
give
Frederick
herself a
Joseph
birthday
and
like
his
20.
fiancée were walking their dog in a Brooklyn dog park. Suddenly, they were approached by
28?
Emma Sarley, who mixed up their dog with another that barked a lot. She then told him to stay in his hood.
You're not from right. Go back to your hood. Stay in your hood. Stay in your hood. So I'm like, stay in my hood. Like, you're being racist right now.
Yikes. When Joseph began recording her, Sarley pretended that didn't happen and tried to twist it that they were telling her that. Joseph then got support from witness Steve Tracy, who confirmed she had told the couple to stay in her hood.
You were right here, watch this entire thing. Did she just not stand there and tell us to stay in our hood? She did.
As those words were coming out and things started to unfold, it was pretty obvious to me, like, this is not okay.
Sarley even tried to grab the phone. Soon after the story broke,
She told bro to stay in his hood.
Sarley for her racist harassment.
Did she?
She cries, bro. Like, this is my hood.
Try one before it vanishes. Love your sub.
Number 26. Not Fresh Ken. In theory, lawyers should be a model of justice and fairness, but that's definitely not the case for Aaron Schlossberg. With a history of bigoted behavior, in 2018, Schlossberg lost it at Fresh Kitchen in New York City after he was recorded ranting at staff in Spanish and accused of being
This would look like that. I was full. I had salad. I got food off the salad and the bread, for real.
The community had some fun with him afterward by sending, among other things, a mariachi band to perform outside his work.
I say my back hurt.
Schlossberg was evicted from his office space by the
Please believe
landlord,
it.
and businesses cut ties with his law firm.
This message we're sending to him is not just to him.
Oh, that's it. That's it. That's it.
Every single racist. They openly attack our communities, and that's going to be a response.
In 2020, Dubé brought up on charges by the Community Grievance Committee. Officials heavily criticized his behavior.
I'm ready for bed.
Was punishment enough? Number 25. Fired up. Not many Karens have resisted arrest in such a dramatic fashion. In 2023, Jennifer Holder allegedly dined and dashed at a restaurant at Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport.
Now, how you think you're gonna dine and dash in the airport restaurant?
Secure door to escape staff, causing the police to respond. Holder grabbed a fire extinguisher and went on a spray-a-thon through the terminal. No one was
Then she started spraying people with the fire extinguisher.
flight staff, and even passengers were all engulfed in
She started spraying everybody with the fire extinguisher.
3 flight staff had to get medical treatment due to breathing
I ain't even trying, bro.
Even when the cops
What happened?
arrested her, Holder wasn't done.
They gon' you in the airport, bro. You ain't going nowhere till you pay that money.
I'm gone.
Number 24.
They gonna stop your whole flight. Like, hold on. You gonna think you want to be going? You like, yes.
One such protest was organized
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Well, lawyer Stephanie Rapp
She crashed. Bro.
Ooh, time for
And then she starts spraying everybody with the fire extinguisher.
Hopefully I go to sleep tonight.
After pleading with her to move the vehicle, Rapkins
And then you think they about to get charges, and they don't get no charges.
arrested and released the following day, protesters arrived at her home to write outside with chalk. Rapkin was detained again after attacking one of them. In 2023, she was given the option of 60 days in jail or probation with 100 hours of community service. Rapkin chose prison by claiming nobody would want her.
Rapkin's attorney asked for time served, saying his client suffered serious reputational harm, but his client wasn't on the same page.
Number 23, selfish in Singapore. In 2021, English-born Benjamin Glynn was on his way back from work in Singapore. With the nation having strict pandemic measures in place for mask wearing on public transport, you'd think he'd be sensible and wear one on the train.
Have you researched Bill Gates?
But no, to him, masks were a hoax. After being filmed breaking the rules, Glynn was arrested for being a public nuisance. This stopped him from returning to the UK with his family, which meant he lost out on a job he was set to start. Glynn was convicted for his procedure breaking.
That's crazy. We was really forced to wear masks.
However, he was released days later due to time served. The icing on the cake, Glynn was deported from Singapore. Number 22, thieving and eating. It's one level of entitlement to steal items from your partner, but a whole other to grab jewelry that once belonged to his now deceased mother as a keepsake. In 2018, the police arrived in Troy, Michigan to find a very drunk Sylvia Hope Varellin refusing to leave her boyfriend's house and return some jewelry.
This dash cam video allegedly shows Sylvia Varellin in an apparent drunken fight.
No, you're an idiot.
This battle started after Varellin's boyfriend called police, saying she wouldn't leave his house and stole jewelry from him.
And she didn't make it easy for the cops. Varellin punched them, kicked them, bit them, spat at them, and tried to grab an officer's firearm. Then it turned out Varellin had swallowed her boyfriend's passed-away mother's earrings.
In the booking process, she actually removed the earrings without knowledge of our staff, and she ingested them.
Police say Varellin was taken to the hospital where she threw up the earrings.
After being taken to the hospital to get the items back, gross, Varellin was charged with numerous crimes, including assaults and resisting arrest. Number 21.
Why would you eat somebody's earrings? That's
The
nasty.
pandemic really gave Karens a new platform to show their terrible behavior. In 2021, Nordstrom Rack in Austin, Texas enforced a no mask, no entry rule. Cara Bell ignored this, claimed she was exempt, then barged into a changing cubicle.
While police were arriving, Belle was still inside the dressing room, refusing to come out.
Is that your clothes or is that theirs? That's theirs. Okay, I need you to take it off and put your clothes on. Okay. Why? Because they want for you to leave.
However, when she left, the police were waiting. Bell was belligerent to the officers and acted as if she knew more about the law than they did. She then attempted to use her faith to claim the rules don't apply to her. With no patience remaining, the cops arrested her.
The CDC just released.
Oh my God. I'm sick of this.
Bell was handed a citation and banned from the store for at least a year. She was also running to be on the Travis County School Board, but that didn't pan out after all this drama.
Number 20, Collier Karen. Apparently, even walking down a street is enough to get the wrath of a Karen. In 2021, a mother walking down a road in Collier County, Florida, experienced exactly that. They were on a public sidewalk when Patricia Schmidt stopped her car and blared the horn at the two, apparently believing that they were trespassing in the neighborhood. Schmidt then rolled down the window and yelled at them for walking there, before escalating the situation by going on a racist and ableist rant at the child.
Your son, it must be special.
Unbelievably, this terrible Karen is an exceptional student education specialist, a teacher who specializes in special needs children at Langley Elementary School, or we should say was. Schmidt was thankfully fired from her job due to
She called a kid special ed, and she is special ed specialist at a school.
through the Florida Department of Education. Number 19, Soho Karen. Using a cell phone can be a frightening experience that causes people to panic. Even in panic, any decent person wouldn't go around racial profiling. In 2020, however, while at the Arlo Hotel in Manhattan, New York, a woman named Mia Ponsetto lost her device and accused
They make it make sense.
Keon Earl Jr., the son of musician Keon
Hey, bro,
Earl,
turn it down, bro.
not believing his
Oh, what's
rejections
you,
and
bro?
baseless claims.
Who you talking to?
Attacked him in the lobby
Tweaking.
before she was dragged away.
Huh?
Her phone was ultimately found by an Uber driver she used. In 2022,
Tripping stream, gotta hop on it, don't I?
You better shut up.
I know, for real, man.
You can't even hear this.
I don't play that, bro, my stream.
Hold on before I cut the internet off.
Turn it.
Having already been fired by Norwegian Air for allegedly spitting in a passenger's cup of coffee, Joanne Wickenden decided to go even further in 2017. Before work one day, the cabin staff employee for British Airways filmed herself via Snapchat. Wickenden felt it was appropriate to
Bro, she's spilling somebody's coffee.
rant against Nigerians. After the video went out, she claimed
You
she
have no
was
beef
set up
left.
and
I want
spurred
beef.
on by coworkers. An excuse that doesn't really make any of it better. Her employers weren't happy and quickly called in Wickenden for a meeting. However, Wickenden says she resigned from British Airways before she was shown the door. Number 7.
She cried.
On a warm day in Oakland, California in 2019, a black family was trying to enjoy a barbecue in a dedicated grilling area, only to be interrupted by Jennifer Schultz, a white woman who called 911 on them twice. She harassed them over having a charcoal grill long enough for a bystander to confront her.
It's illegal to have a charcoal grill park here. No, it's not actually. I just looked at the map. It says this is a designated barbecue area.
The video went viral and details a grand 25 minutes of the altercation, in which we get to see exactly how Schultz tries to manipulate the situation and play the victim.
Like, why is you fake crying?
She was quickly dubbed Barbecue Becky online, and plenty of memes began to circulate. Even her alma mater, Stanford University, commented on Schultz. We'd say that's karma well served. Number 6, SoCal Karen. Folks in Torrance, California,
I know that's a lie.
all about their business, but if they had Asian heritage, Lena Hernandez wouldn't make the day easy for them.
You know what? I am not a racist person.
You just made a
But you know
racist
what?
comment.
You need to go home.
She was known to approach people and spit racist tirades at them. While she escaped punishment for a time, justice eventually came crashing down for Hernandez. In 2019, after verbally assaulting a mall employee, a woman named Casey Lynn Salminao stepped in. Hernandez didn't like this and physically attacked her. It took a while for the police to do anything, but by 2020, Hernandez found herself in court. She pleaded no contest to the charge of
What'd you say happened?
battery. As such,
What happened?
a retired social worker got 45
I have
years in
what?
jail, anger management classes, and 3 years
Nothing.
of probation.
Why didn't want me up, dude? Can't even better put it.
It should have been the maximum amount of 6 months.
And what kind of message does it send to other perpetrators?
Hey, bro. I was watching the XQC clip the other day. And dude had like the whole, his whole like next to his desktop, bro. It was just McDonald's, Burger King, Chipotle, like all type of fast food. Boy, it was like a mountain, bro. Like, bro, just was streaming.
Babies on planes can be a recipe for discomfort, but there are ways to go about potentially asking to move seats, and this isn't it. After realizing she was seated next to an infant, the woman in this video, Susan Perez, threw a fit rather reminiscent of that of an infant.
I said, please don't use that language in front of my son. And she turned around and saw me and she said, shut the up.
She then threatened one of the members of the cabin staff with her job, only to learn very swiftly that she was not at liberty to do that sort of thing.
Thank you, Tabitha. You may not have a job tomorrow. I want to say something.
Perez's attitude took a complete 180, but it was not enough to save her from
Now you got kicked off the flight. Now you want to be looking outside.
Suspended from her employment at the New York State Council on the Arts.
Now Perez's name and image have been removed from the council's official website, and she's been placed on a leave of absence.
Number 14, soup skirmish. Working in the service industry can be a thankless job, and being a manager, you have to deal with customer complaints, adding more stress to a tense employment. In 2021, we all witnessed just how brutal it can be when a customer threw a bowl of spicy soup at a restaurant worker.
My eyes were stinging so bad, they were burning, and the spices were all like inside of the top part of my nose.
Reportedly, Amanda Martinez had called to complain about her takeaway soup being so hot that it apparently melted the plastic lid, but it didn't go anywhere. So she went into the restaurant, Sol de Jalisco in Temple, Texas, and argued with manager Janelle Browland.
You just still continue to yell, make a scene.
The act of violence caused Browland injuries, and in 2023, Martinez would plead no contest to assault. She received a 15-month deferred adjudication, 6 days of jail work release, and was fined $800 plus court costs. Number 13, Albany Karen. It might be spelled slightly differently, but we actually have a Karen named Karen for this entry. In 2021, a group of Black women, including local community activist Jamela Anderson, were having a nice time at a restaurant in Albany, New York.
Jamela, why do you call the owner?
I did. He told me to tell you to leave and call the cops.
Then Karen Burton got abusive and went on a racist rant.
Here's the problem.
Even when the cops arrived to sort out the problem,
She said, "You're the problem, and you're the."
and the staff. After the video spread online, Burton fired her and suspended her over the But Burton was also banned from other establishments in the area. Number 12, Commissioner Karen.
The high-powered woman slammed for berating cops during a traffic stop is breaking her silence.
Hitting the jackpot, another Karen named Karen. In 2018, the police pulled over an unregistered car and impounded it in Tenafly, New Jersey. The car, as it transpired, was being driven by the daughter of Karen Turner. Turner was on the Board of Commissioners for the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey and tried to use her power to intimidate the cops who stopped her daughter.
I will be talking to the chief of police, and I will be speaking to the mayor.
The car's registration was 2 years out of date, and an insurance card couldn't be produced at the time of the traffic stop. Turner, upon arriving
Like
at the
your
scene,
registration 2 years out of date.
displayed aggressive behavior.
And you talking about you gonna talk to the mayor?
Referred to her as commissioner and mentioned that she was friends with the mayor. Turner eventually released an apology, resigned from the board, and was fined $1,500.
Turner now says, as a parent, I was upset and uncomfortable with the unfolding events. I regret my tone toward the police officers and use of off-color language.
Number 11, Starbucks Karen. During the pandemic, many businesses globally had a simple rule for customers: wear a face mask. It was government mandated for one thing, but it proved to be too much for some, including one Amberlynn Gillis.
Gillis says she has medical problems, but also says masks are not effective.
One of them, I get shortness of breath, dizziness, and it messes with the heartbeat.
After being refused service at a Starbucks in San Diego, she photographed Lennon Gutierrez and tried to publicly shame the barista on social media. Only it backfired magically. A GoFundMe was created on Gutierrez's behalf that brought in over $105,000. In interviews, Gutierrez stated he planned to put it toward his prospective dance career. With that very public embarrassment, Gillis then issued a lawsuit
You got
against the
$105,000.
fundraiser's creator, Matt Cowan, for various reasons, in part with the hopes of attaining some of the money
Because
from the GoFundMe.
she tried to post him
Any apology or message to the public.
and expose him, but it
No,
backfired.
absolutely not. I feel like I need the apology. I've been discriminated against.
Number 10, Keith Bob Kelly. In 2018, Darion Tolles attempted to go inside his apartment building in St. Louis, Missouri. However, Hillary Brooke Mueller wasn't keen on that idea. She stood in his way and blocked his path. As they spoke, Mueller acted as though she owned the building. She didn't, and kept asking which unit Tolles lived in, demanding to see his key fob.
All I'm asking is what unit?
But see, now, I don't need to tell you that information, man.
If you want to come into my building.
It's not your building. You're not the owner.
Even though he had a key to get in, she continued harassing him inside after Toll had to force his way past her.
No. No. Are you kidding me? Where are you going?
Once the video was released, many accused Mueller of being racist. However, she claimed it was because she didn't recognize Toll. Regardless, Mueller's employer, Tribeca STL, fired her for her dodgy behavior.
Her now former employer has issued a statement about her firing using the words racism and racial profiling.
Number 9, Texas Karen.
If they were so great in your country, then stay there.
In 2022, a group of 4 Indian American women were walking to their cars after dinner in Plano, Texas. Instead of going home after a nice night, they had to endure the racist tirade of Mexican American Esmeralda Upton.
Go back to your wife. We don't want you here.
Using a flurry of slurs and insults.
Stop saying we don't want you here
Upton
because
also struck the women several times.
everybody not
and
racist.
threatened them.
Come closer. Come closer. Oh my God, guys, they're gone. She's hitting me. She's hitting me. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Feeling in danger from the abuse and attacks, they called the cops who arrived shortly after. Later on, Upton was arrested for assault and making threats. That's not all. The 4 women filed a civil lawsuit against Upton for the traumatizing incident, which was reported to have been settled in 2025. Number 8, Hermit Patty. Have you ever seen a child harmlessly selling something on the street to raise money for something and thought, yeah, I'm gonna ruin their life? If so, you and Allison Edel could be besties.
And I want to let a little girl sell some water.
In 2018 in San Francisco, 8-year-old Jordan Rogers was selling bottled water on the street to help her mom financially and go to Disneyland. Edel, infuriated by the constant noise as she worked from home, called the cops about Rogers' lack of a permit.
You can hide all you want. The whole world gonna see you, boo.
Yeah, and illegally selling.
That's your time, I
As you
know.
can imagine, this didn't go down well with the internet, which pointed out the racist overtones. With all that pressure and dispensaries refusing to stock products from Edel's employer, she was forced to resign as CEO of the cannabis company Treatwell Health.
It is Miss Attell's belief that Treatwell, its employees, and patients should not have to suffer because of a situation that occurred in an escalated moment.
Number 7, Victoria's Secret Karen.
This is crazy.
In 2021, something strange happened at a Victoria's Secret store in Millburn, New Jersey, while Ijoma Ukenta was doing some shopping. Ukenta reportedly claimed she asked Abigail Elphick to step back as she was too close when they browsed. So she went to the staff and told them Ukenta threatened her. When Ukenta began filming, Elphick attempted to hit her before she sobbed on the floor.
I never thought nothing like this would happen to me. She just tried to run and hit me. And now she... Did you see her?
Later, Elphick stated her reaction was due to a panic attack from being filmed. In the aftermath, Ukenta created a GoFundMe page for legal costs against Elphick. Within the page, she also criticized the handling of the situation by the security and police. At the time of writing, over $104,000 has been donated. Number 6, Popping Karen. As most people came together during the global events to support each other, some did their best to do the opposite. In 2021, masked shoppers in a Super Saver store in Lincoln, Nebraska, attempted to get their groceries calmly. However, Janine Hoskovic had other ideas. With a smirk on her unmasked face, she dramatically attacked those people, pursuing a When folk protested Hoskovic's grotesque
Nothing funny.
actions, She patronizingly called them cute and
Nothing
cheap
funny.
before descending into a rant about other people's
Oh, my purse
After
went
a
behind a
very quick
dresser.
investigation, her
I
employer,
wonder what
the
happened to it. I
software
forgot it
company
fell behind a
SAP,
dresser.
fired
No idea.
Well, guys, it's seen
Yes, it is.
No idea.
by the woman seen in this video.
My
and
red
in
purse,
matter
yes,
of
it is
days,
behind there.
She's now lost her job.
Fell in front of the dresser.
Smoothie thrower. In 2022, employees at Robex in Fairfield, Connecticut were trying to get through the day. Well, not on James Iannozo's watch.
As a person who's had multiple customer service jobs, I've dealt with people like this, and I don't think we get paid enough to deal with it.
After buying a smoothie there, he gave it to his son at home, who had an allergic reaction. After medical attention, Iannozo arrived at the store and launched into a tirade of insults, slurs, and threats.
You don't know who made it? There's 4 of us here, so we honestly don't.
However, the employees claimed he never mentioned the peanut allergy to them. He finished it off by throwing the smoothie at the staff.
49-year-old James Iannozo is seen throwing his shake at the teenage employees.
Well, it all went wrong for Iannozo. Firstly, he was arrested
Oh,
and
I'm
received
working my
1
birthday
year
next
of
year. It's
probation.
going.
Then Iannozo
Where we
was
going?
fired by Merrill Lynch. Finally, he faced a lawsuit from one of the employees. But in September, the case was settled for $7,500. Number 4, San Fran Karen. James Waneo was probably pretty startled in 2020 when he turned around and saw Lisa Alexander staring at him, looking like a mix between a character from Smile and Get Out. At the time, he had just finished writing
They be
Black Lives
gassing
Matter
on watch
talk
mode.
on a property in San Francisco. While Alexander and her husband Robert apparently knew the person who lived there.
And you don't know if I live here or if this is my property. Oh, really? Because you live here, right? You said so. Oh, okay.
This is odd since Wanillo actually resided there for years. The couple then called the cops on the activist.
I think they had a problem with the message, and I also believe that they thought I was hurting property values. That's Karen, and she's calling the cops.
Once the video was released, Alexander had to put the website of her company, LaFace Skincare, offline temporarily. And she publicly apologized to Wanillo, while Robert was fired from the financial firm Raymond James. Number 3, Radio Karen. It's not every day a Karen films her own terrible behavior for the world to see and judge.
He's a black man, and he's gonna protect the brown man from this white woman.
But Diana Ploss is on another level considering she had a little bit of fame. In 2020, through Facebook Live, the conservative radio host recorded herself berating landscapers in Nashua, New Hampshire, as they were working on the street.
What's the first thing I do? Go for my phone. Gotta do a live stream. Have to show people what's going on.
Ploss seemingly had an issue with the workers speaking Spanish.
Okay, but it is America. It is America. You should be speaking English.
She repeatedly told them to speak in English before asking if any of them were, quote, illegal, and saying their work was, quote, communism. Jeez. Afterward, the radio station WSMN cut ties with Ploss and the show she had hosted there for the past couple of years.
We at WSMN value freedom of speech, freedom of expression, and assembly. We will not tolerate discrimination, racism, or hatred.
Number 2, Family of Karens. In 2021, Johnny Martinez was doing his job by checking cars for permits in the car park of a residential building in Nashville, Tennessee. However, he realized he was being followed by a Karen family duo, Bitsy Brennan and her son Edward. The two demanded to know what he was doing there, ignoring the ID badge around Martinez's neck.
I don't need to tell you anything. You have an ID on you?
Things quickly escalated when Edward attempted to attack Martinez in response to him filming the confrontation.
You attacking me? Seriously? Put that phone out here.
In response, Bitsy called the cops to come and sort this out. However, the duo apparently left before the police arrived. Once the video went viral, Bitsy was reportedly fired from her job at UBS, while Edward was charged with assault.
Now you leave it. Okay. Yeah, so you say, yeah, don't worry, I'm gonna have you arrested, buddy.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Central Park Karen. If this incident hadn't been filmed, it could have ended poorly for the victim.
She understood the power she wielded at that moment to call police as a white woman on a black man as a scary black man.
In 2020, Christian Cooper was in Central Park in New York City, enjoying some bird watching.
Bro, she choking her dog.
Amy Cooper, no relation, with her dog that was off its lead, against the park's rules. When Christian asked her to leash the dog and then offered it a treat, Amy exploded. While strangling the poor pup as she held its collar tightly, she called the police, put on an act, and claimed, quote, an African-American man threatened her. Wow.
Please call the cops. I'm going to tell them there's an African-American man threatening my life.
After the backlash, Amy temporarily gave up her dog to a shelter and was fired by her employer, Franklin Templeton. She later took them to court for illegal dismissal, only to lose.
In a tweet, Cooper's employer, Franklin Templeton Investments, saying they don't tolerate racism of any kind.
If you were creating a team of Karens for a heist, who would you select and why?
A team of Karens for eyes. Okay.
I don't know what to do.
Your comment was racist and it had nothing to do with you being arrested.
Welcome to Watch Mojo. And today, we're counting down our picks for the most infamous times Karens, those entitled rude and belligerent folk, brought their dreadful attitudes to the happiest place on earth, Disney theme parks.
They say he changed prices, added bad language.
Number 10, photo fight. When it comes to tourist places, you might be standing in another group's way as they try to take a photo. It happens. Typically, the others will nicely ask you to move and you oblige. However, one family didn't do this at all.
In a chaotic scene, you can see deputies on the ground arresting a man after a fight at Magic Kingdom.
In 2023, one unnamed group, we'll call Karens, for obvious reasons, arrived at Walt Disney World's Magic Kingdom. They then stopped in front of the 100th anniversary sign, next to another unnamed family who were taking a photo.
To take the kids to the most magical place in the world, and then they have to stand and watch other people photo for a photo, it's just ridiculous.
When the family asked the Karens if they could move for the snap, an argument ensued, resulting in one Karen punching one of the family members. A brawl erupted that was captured on camera. As a result, two of those involved were banned from the park.
The sheriff's office says that victim is not pressing charges.
Number 9, mask assaults. Disney parks already bring out the inner Karen out of some people, so throw in the COVID-19 pandemic. When people's entitlement and selfishness over wearing masks were magnified, you have a horribly toxic mix.
If you ask somebody nicely to do something,
gone.
why would somebody else want to hit you or punch you out for that?
Well, in
It has nothing in this house.
what happened when Enrico arrived at Walt Disney World's
It was only a sit,
after
though.
his family was asked to wear
What?
the proper
It was only a sit.
They went back to their car to get them. However, upon returning to the park, the security guard realized one of the children didn't have a proper mask and blocked them from entering. Toro began insulting the guard, daring them to call the cops. When the guard reached for their phone, Toro struck the guard and threatened their life.
The male struck him with an open hand.
You on stream on both your phones. I said you get that message.
He was arrested for battery.
What message?
We're going to get through this, but
I
we can't
tagged
get through
you
it by
on
beating
Facebook.
up other people or attacking them.
Number 8, photo bomb brawl. It's not just American Disney parks where Karen havoc ensues. China, too, has a problem. In 2025, people were in line to use a photo booth at Shanghai Disneyland. According to witnesses, one couple decided they were too important to wait and cut in. However, when they took their photos, a family of 3 was in the background. The couple were livid that they weren't the main characters, and a brawl soon kicked off. As the men wrestled, the woman from the couple went to strike her family counterpart, only to connect with the child she was holding. Thankfully, beyond some bruises and scratches for the men, no one was seriously injured. Number 7. Ableism Karen. Florida man stories are usually pretty funny. Sadly, this one involving Brent George is not.
A Florida man is taken away in cuffs at the most magical place on earth.
In 2024, he was drinking with a friend at Walt Disney World's Bellevue Lounge. After getting heavily intoxicated, he decided to approach a table of people and mock the woman with Down syndrome and in a wheelchair. When the woman's mother confronted George, he pushed her twice. And when he slapped another woman at the table,
the girl's mother allegedly confronted George. He shoved the woman twice before slapping the woman's daughter-in-law in the face when she tried to calm the situation down.
One of the men in the group then got involved, causing a fight to erupt, which, according to his mugshot, George likely lost, as another bystander dragged him out of the bar. After being charged with multiple counts of battery, George pleaded not guilty.
When she shared that season, she said, "No, we don't got nothing to put it on." I'm rolling, bro.
Number 6, Insult Karen.
Alright, y'all, that was a 2-hour stream, man.
It's time to end it.
Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank you for the conversation. Thank you for the likes, comments, subs, whatever. Have a good night. Positive vibes. See y'all next time.